you see yourself at some point getting into, you mentioned if you were governor, so I need to ask the next question. Do you see yourself working towards councilman, mayorship, becoming governor?
Politically active.
Yeah, politically active and as an activist, because you seem to do a lot in the community. Your visions are very different from a lot of what we normally see in the community. Would you like to see the Republican Party regain and strengthen their foothold amongst people of color, or are you the person that can make that dream come true?
At least for Greenville.
At least for Greenville.
Well, for Greenville, for Greenville, I honestly do have a passion and love, because I do believe this is where a lot of Democrats kind of earn their publicity from, in terms where they come in and state, oh, we're going to do this for you guys, and then they start out looking as if, and you don't see them anymore. Currently, myself, I am thinking, but I want to see, and I'm not going to run for myself, I want to run for the people. I have a few projects currently I'm working on. I hope to be the person that changed the law on security officer, because currently I don't believe New Jersey should charge close to $400 for them to have a security license to practice security. That's one of the areas that I'm already writing, and within the next 6 weeks or so, I am going to present that to the senator.
But you deal with the parking issue. A lot of small business owners feel like the parking laws in the city doesn't support the theory of capitalism.
I call the parking authority, I think it's an additional program that was created for friends of political parties. And because if you look at it, it doesn't do the work that it said that it would have done. Okay, giving you an example, like you said, the booth, to me, I have not reviewed the law, the statute on it. I do believe somewhere down the line, it's unconstitutional. Because if the intent is you don't want someone to park there, but yet you put a booth in there and that car remained there for over hours, is the purpose being served? The answer is no. Okay, and a lot of time, and I have seen, these are things that I've seen where a parking attendant ticketed people fire hydrant when there's absolutely no fire hydrant around. So ask yourself, is it a good program? The answer is no. And just like you said, if I get ticketed on an area, if I came in to get a $50 service and I get a ticket for $30 or $42, I probably won't come back in that area anymore. And that's a problem. So parking, to me, I think I would review it, possibly clearly demolish that department.
Because you have some cities, business owners are saying, you have some cities in the USA, even right here in Jersey, that when the recession hit, they went from 2-hour parking to 4-hour parking to give people time to spend their money.
On Bayonne, they have municipal parking where you have a meter where you can feed it and select the amount of time that you want to park for.
Well, a good example, I think, a smaller city, way smaller than Jersey City. In fact, their office is here in Jersey City, North Bergen. North Bergen gave an hour for 25 cents on a parking meter on the area, the shopping district. You have 1 hour.
For 25 cents.
For 25 cents. And here's the beautiful part. When you go there, in the area where there's 1 hour, constant traffic flow in there. People are going from one business to another because they don't mind walking a few blocks, because they know that hour, if they put 2 quarters in there, it gives them 2 hours. 3 quarters, 3 hours. So they can walk. By the time they come back to their cars, there's about 3, 4, 5 bags. Can we do that in the area? The answer is no. Not every day we carry 5, 6, 7 quarters to get, and we come across with a max 2 hours. And that's 15 minutes, I believe 20 minutes per quarter.
And you think it's outrageous as a business owner?
That's not good. That does not create a friendly customer relation. Okay, a customer shouldn't have to think every 15 minutes, am I expired? Okay, they don't have to think that way. They should be free to go around, walk the block, and go stores to stores, and hopefully they can make the purchase that they need to make. Again, I do believe it was a program that was created for friends of political parties, and I haven't seen great come out of it so far.
And the because a lot of young brothers and Latino brothers and poor white brothers that come out of prison amongst those people because they're forced to think about making a living in a different way. Do you think that the city not giving a program, but you have all of these empty lots, like in your places where they have markets every day, you can go there, not one day a week, every day you can go to this particular market where you can find vendors selling all sorts of beautiful products, that they have, and it becomes a place that when people visit the city, they look forward to going there.
Beginning, you mentioned the city is a melting pot, and that is true. And whenever you have a melting pot, those are the kind of things that you want to bring into your city. And that doesn't just pull local, it also pull people from various county as well as different state. And I know people from New York would have come down, given that we have not just one area, but at least a few areas spread across the city, to have those type of vendors offering, whether it's food in the mixtures, whether it's hat, t-shirt, ties. And then it's, it's kind of complicated. You also asked about what would I like to see in this area. A suit and tie place in this area. Okay, I don't want to have to go to downtown to get a nice set of tie and so on. I like to see that too. But going back into what you stated, yes. Okay, I'm from Haiti. Where I'm from, we survive on those kind of market. We call it, in our country, we call it T-Marché. T-Marché is more like a small market where you come in, you see various vendors taking small amount of booth and selling. The fun thing about it, you get some good competition in there. And my personal experience with those individuals you just mentioned, even though they were incarcerated, but when they come out, they sharp when it comes to their selling skills. Okay, they very sharp. Now, it's fun to actually walk into an open space, or whether it's a closed space, and then you see various options. Okay, I love competition. I love to see more than one place. And to have that, one person will tell another, and in no time, the city would benefit on taxes. And the best part, they could really start thinking they don't need to unfairly ticket people to raise money. They could get the money through the tax by opening at least 4 to 6 different of that type of area with various vendors selling different things. It would be a great competition and a lot happy people in the city.
Now, a lot of the vendors complain the city with such high employment. Why the vending license? To get a vending license, the price is outrageous for someone to support themselves.
I'll be honest with you, the first action I would do, zoning and planning would be number one in my action, because I do believe zoning and planning doesn't understand, or they don't work together with the people. Okay, if they're upset with the mayor's office or any city government, they're not pushing wealth into the city. And without those two people doing their job, okay, instead of telling you, no, you can't, they should say, no, you can't, but if you do X, Y, and Z, you can. And as it is right now, they would tell you, no, you can't have a permit. Why? Because the city don't allow it. And they wouldn't give you explanation or giving you the statute that allow you to view it, whether to understand what can you do to open that up. And Jersey City suffered a lot because the type of planning we've done in the past, they have not revisited those areas to say, okay, fine, we have new people now. So let's make some changes. Let's see what the people needs. Okay, can we afford to have a dealership here? Can we afford to have a professional office building where people come in, they could rent office space and so on? Can we afford that there? Can we change the zoning law? Okay, it's happening, but it's happening again downtown. That's why downtown able to have all these buildings, because they changed the zoning law. Here, no one is actually working. And I will be working with our council men and women at large, as well as our ward councilmen and women as well, to make sure that we revisit those laws that they put in place way back in the early 60s to see if we could create a new zoning ordinance that would allow people to come in and have different businesses. Because currently there are some businesses, if you come and says, you want to open up a certain type of business on MLK, they're going to say MLK is not zoned for that type of business.
So actually they're zoning people out of a way to make a living for them.
Or they're
Basically,
zoning Jersey City out of progress.
That's exactly. Clearly out of progress. And within the next few weeks, you probably will hear about that, because again, I did touch base with the zoning department, as well as I'm going to work with Jackson Hill to kind of revisit the type of ordinance that is here, so we can change the type of businesses that can come to MLK. You're not going to get a change unless you have the zone change in this area.
Reputation.
It's funny, I used to say back in the days, whenever you want to hear the word no you can't, go to Jersey City zoning department, because you will guarantee to hear no you can't versus yes you can. And again, I hope that the mayor take notice of this and work with the zoning department, the planning division, to make sure that they start outlining what Jersey City can do versus what they can't do. Because we are in a different era, different time zone. What we shouldn't be able to do back in the 80s, we shouldn't keep that very same ordinance. They should revisit it, not do an election year. They should revisit it as it is right now. And I will be one of the person pushing to make sure that, and I hope Jackson Hill Main Street could assist in changing what MLK should have or should not have.
Okay, let me ask you a question. You're speaking to activism in Jersey City. You're speaking to progression in Jersey City. There are a lot of people who are going to see this interview, and they're going to think, you know what? I have a couple of ideas in mind that I haven't been able to put forth. What advice can you give people who want to be entrepreneurs, who want to see these zoning changes, who want to see progress happen in Jersey City? What ideas can you give them so they're ready when these changes happen?
First thing first, I would ask them, join us here. One of the reasons we have conference centers is to be able to have a meeting privately, closed door, and see what exactly we need and how we need to go about doing so. As we come in together, we can push those changes and tell them, yes, they are people, the funding are there, we have the expertise to get these things done, but we need the ordinance changed so we can get those things done. Like I said, they're quick to say no, but don't tell us why. So that can happen. We can meet together as a group. And again, Jackson Hill is a company that really out to try to make a change. But again, I want to see those change happen. And I want it to be more like government funding that agency and you seeing absolutely nothing. We are not a nonprofit. We are a for-profit company. Anything that we do, we pay for it out of our costs. The fight that I put out, that's my time. We don't get funding, and we are not seeking funding. I do believe Jersey City can change, and my take, I'm hoping we could change this instead of, it looks like they divided this part of Jersey City. Maybe we should call ourselves Midtown Jersey City. Okay? That's my belief. We should change it to Midtown Jersey City and start doing things that works. Start open up, using a lot for possibly create a parking space so people can park and walk a few blocks up and down. Put additional lighting. Okay? Start having events like MLK Festival. We need to get those things back here to really bring traffic. And the next thing I want to say to our educators out there that's been in the city for 100 or years and years and years, they really need to stop talking how horrible this area used to be and start focusing on the changes that are taking place and how they can contribute the people that they know and direct us into people that can actually do something. Because as they talk to friends, and I'm hearing a lot, our customers go, oh my God, I spoke to so-and-so, they said don't come to this area. We've been here for almost 2 years now, not one incident. Everybody welcomes us very well.
I notice your business is different from the businesses that I see that do are similar of what you do. You come in and there's glass. It's almost like I'm in this community, but I don't want contact with the people here. I noticed when I came into your environment, I walked right up to your desk. There is no bulletproof glass. You and your wife, it was a warm, friendly greeting. Your offices are open, and it says that you have a certain trust. You like the community, and you're getting exactly what you're showing the community, that you trust being here. You haven't had an incident. The people seem like they're very respectful to you, because you're always hearing, about gun violence in Greenville, drugs in Greenville, gangs in Greenville. And your business is thriving in Greenville. And what is some of the dream? What's the next step that you want to take your business to in Greenville?
Next step, hopefully, unless that is created by someone, we want to be able to open up to own a building and open up a 2-story building where we really offer open space for individual. Instead of having 1 or 2 offices, the upstairs part of our business will be office where individual can come in, whether for free or for a certain fee. Sit down with anyone they want to sit, talk to them with internet access, free coffee, free donut, creating an environment where they could see that, hey, if we work hard enough, our business can succeed. And when we do open up that business, let's not open up, like you said, a barricaded business where you divide yourself from our client. When we decided to open up here, we decided we're going to make it open space. Okay? We said, if we're going to work with our client, we need to be able to feel comfortable and trust them. And the old say, don't ever judge a book by its cover. We decided not to judge anyone and welcome every single person. As a result of that, we have various different type of customers, and our business is growing. Like I said, from basement to 700 square feet, and now it's 1,600, thanks to our client that come into us and respect us and recommend our business. So we treat them fair, and this environment, the way you see it, that's because we wanted to tell our client, welcome to a new environment. Welcome to a professional setting where we believe, whether you wear jeans or a suit, that you are a professional individual to us. We respect our client, we care for their vision, and we want to work. Our business model is to work together with any individual to get you where you need to be. And we will use every expertise we have to make sure that we do it as if it is our own issue.
You mentioned the education system. One of the more recent trends for this community is that people here have been sort of X'd out of the downtown Jersey City employment market. A lot of the companies that have come over from New York, they've also brought people into New York to do what we would consider the reverse commute. We consider them to pay employees from Brooklyn and Queens and Staten Island to come into Jersey City and work downtown. When there are a lot of talented people in Jersey City who are unemployed and are capable to fulfill those positions, what would you think it would take to have the downtown Jersey City business community, the Merrill Lynch, the Goldman Sachs, to look for a talent pool in Greenville to fill their positions?
I think our nonprofit leaders, the civic association leaders, I think they really need to go back and have group meetings with the people. And also those very same people, they really need to seek within themselves and says, am I ready for this job? And if they are ready, they need to be able to really put a good application and do the follow-up. And when they don't hear from those individuals, they really need to talk to, a good example, NAACP should be able to be part of this fight, because part of their slogan is to be able to see equal opportunity. And equal opportunity to me means not just starting a business, but in a work field as well. To me, if I ever looked at a company that take about 50 African American or low income or Hispanic or any type, and you did not interview a good 10 or make an offer to one, there's a problem there. Because you can't tell me out of 50 you can't find some qualified individual. There's absolutely no way. And that's my take. My take is people need to know if you apply, you need to follow up. If you, for some reason, you believe there's more than just you self-applied and you're not getting through, there's a problem there. And the next time you visit that place, take a look at to see who's there, what type of people that they hired. And if you believe there was something wrong, let's not keep it quiet. Okay, let's not keep it quiet. It's not a matter of going in there, screaming, yelling, but there are some things within a legal limit that we can actually do. There are some things.
Would you give us a tour of your space?
I want to kind of close this, and that was one of my favorite parts. So I wanted to make sure that the doors are welcoming, the doors have the professional setting. Here is one area you can come in if you have a meeting with 1, 2, or 3. Come in here, rent this space for $19 an hour, and you sit down. We have excellent lighting. We do have some additional work to do on the lighting. Sit down, you have a nice view, open up the window for you. You get to see what's happening and talk to your client comfortably with the door closed. And if you need any type of communication, whether it's telephone, laptop usage, fax, copy, notary, we have that to offer. And then while you're doing so, if you want to create a presentation, we do have projector that you can use to do a presentation in this small room. That's one of the rooms. One is my favorite, my personal favorite. That's good for almost any type, a larger setting. If you're looking to do any type of training, any type of, basically any time. If you want to do a professional get-together with your employee, this is a great area. We can recreate this area as well, moving things around, whether if you don't like the tables, you need more chairs. We do have some additional chairs that we have on storage. The last event we hosted here, I believe we had about maybe 50 people here. That's in addition with tables and so on. And we do have arts. Some of these arts are families that we're trying to motivate and try to let them know that their work is good enough to be seen by hundreds of people, and that's the reason why we're kind of this big at those arts here. And this is some of what we use for the PowerPoint presentation. And it could expand as large as possible. Whether you want to do a 60, 40, or 72-inch wide presentation, this can make it happen. And we do have a portable projector that you can use to make that happen. And you're welcome to use your own projectors as well. And hopefully within a year, we hope to do some additional remodeling to this room to make it a bit more comforting and so on.
And this room is rented for how much again?
That's also part of the $19, except when your guests exceed perhaps 20 and so on, then we change the rate a little bit.
Now, are there discounts for people who do work in the community and for nonprofits?
For nonprofit, based on the work, and again, I believe if you're doing good work, a work that I believe